Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, in today's video, I'm actually going to manage to contradict myself in the same video. That's not bad. If you see something buzzing around, we're into snow here in southern Alberta, and the flies are coming in like crazy, like I said in the last video. And so they're buzzing around. Every time a customer comes in, another 5 or 10 come in. So if you see stuff buzzing around, it's just all the flies that are in the building. Today's video is talking about filter packs, plugins, actions. These are things that you go out and you buy, and then you use them on your photos. Now, here's the thing. Some of these are amazing. They do cool things. Some of them are set up to take away the darkness and the highlights and to make it more of a mid-tone photo. Then some do the same thing, but they add a color cast to it. Maybe sepia, it may be a brown, it may be orange, it may be yellow, it may be blue. Some of these will go in and make them more contrasty. Now, when I'm teaching students, when I'm apprenticing other photographers, I actually tell them that using these can be a good thing. But, and here's the big but, using these exclusively will alienate many of your customers. Yes, I understand that it's your look. I understand it's something that you're promoting. I understand it's your whole business built around that look. But the problem is that many customers don't care about your look as much as they care about good photos. And I have nothing wrong with using these. I've used them. I make my own. They're easy to do if you know Photoshop. You can create your own action. It takes maybe 5 minutes. You can go through and have it desaturate the image. You can go through and have it add a color cast to the image. You can go through and have it desaturate and add a color cast. You can do all this stuff. It's easy to do if you know how you're doing it. It can make your pictures look really cool. But I hear from so many customers, and you have to understand, I'm getting the photographer's customers after they've gotten their pictures. Sometimes it's after spending thousands and thousands of dollars on wedding pictures. Sometimes it's after spending thousands of dollars on family pictures or thousands of dollars on grad pictures, senior pictures, whatever. I'm getting these customers coming in after they've used a photographer. They've been given usually a USB stick or a link to download. And what a lot of clients do is if I get the link to download is they ask me to download all their photos for them. So I do that. And then they come in and they order. So I get to see all their pictures. If they bring me in a USB stick, I plug the USB stick in, download all the pictures to my computer, give them back the USB stick so they have the original files. And I get to see all their pictures that way as well. So I see the work that photographers are giving out to their customers on a daily basis. And here is the big thing that I hear from your customers. And this can range from taking people's pictures or scenery pictures or business pictures, whether it be headshots or whether it be product photography. It can be any photography. And people say constantly, and I don't ask them about it, they tell me willingly without me saying a word that they're disappointed that all the pictures look like they do. They all look yellow, they all look blue, they all look contrasty, they all look uncontrasty, they all look whatever it is. People get really upset because that's all they end up with. And it's something that frustrates a lot of people. Now, as I said, I tell my students, my customers that I'm teaching, my people that I'm mentoring, that these packs are good things. Likewise, I tell them that making some pictures black and white or some pictures sepia is a good thing. And it is. It's a really good thing. But customers want normal color pictures as well. I think I've said this before in these videos. I can't remember if it's on which video it's on, but I had a customer come in a number of years ago. They brought me in a USB stick. Their daughter had spent several $1,000s. I won't say the exact amount, but it was a lot of money. and she had wedding pictures done. Now, the photographer was amazing. The pictures looked great. They were sharp. The posing was really good. There was no big shadows on it, and the shadows that were on there looked really nice and amazing. But the photographer ran all the pictures through one of these filters, and they all looked like it was shot on a smoky day, and there was no contrast to them whatsoever. They were absolutely flat, and I mean flat beyond flat. The black tuxedos were gray. The wedding dress was gray. The bridesmaids' dresses were gray. The sky was gray. There was no contrast. There was no tones to it. And the lady who brought me in the stick was the mother of the bride. She had expressed to me how upset her daughter was with the pictures, but she still wanted her daughter to get some prints from it. And this photographer did not supply prints, only the files. And when I uploaded the images to my computer and I looked at them, every single picture was the same. Now, as I said, I tell photographers that these filters are good things. They can do cool things to some pictures, but you have to give your clients the ability to pick a picture that hasn't had this effect done to it, because some people don't want that fancy effect. Some people want just a normal picture. This past week, I had a client come in. Again, I didn't shoot their pictures. They came in to get stuff printed. Every year they come in to get stuff printed. I get a lot of return customers. Sometimes they try using the same photographer. Sometimes their photographer they used the year previous is no longer in business, so they have to find another photographer. This customer came in. We uploaded the pictures. We started looking at the pictures, and she goes, "Oh, they look the same on your monitor as on mine." And I says, "Yeah. Did you think they would be different?" She said, "I was hoping they would be." I hate them. They're all yellow, red, and just blah. And they were. There was no contrast on these pictures. They were just flat, and they did not look good. You could see the shadows in the pictures, but there was no darkness to the shadows. There was no lightness to the light. It was just horrible. We talked for a little bit, and I said, well, what you can do is you can contact the photographer and see if they have the unretouched or the unedited images for you. And she sort of put her head down, and she closed her eyes, and she says, we've already done that. And this is all the photographer kept. No. It doesn't mean anything bad if the client wants a different picture than what you've given to them. Maybe they want them in black and white and they want them contrasty. Maybe they want them in color. But don't edit all your pictures and only save the edited pictures. I get that a lot in nature and wildlife too. People will come in for a print. They'll bring me in the file. I'll look at the file, and many things will happen. Maybe it'll be super low res. Maybe it'll be really contrasty or really saturated or really desaturated. And I say, what happened here? What did you do? Oh, I ran it through this program. I said, do you have your original picture? Like, do you have the original file? No, it erased it. It just gave me this one. No, it's a good picture, but it looks horrible. They didn't want it to look like that. They asked me if I could change the colors. And there was nothing I could really do to repair the pictures. And I get that constantly from people. So if you're going to use one of these filter packs, one of these plugins, one of these actions, one of these whatever you want to call it, keep your original files. Don't erase, don't write over, don't delete the original files. Maybe offer them to the client in a different folder and say retouched enhanced photos in this folder and the normal pictures in this folder. And you don't have to call them normal. You could say unretouched in this folder. That at least gives your client the option. Likewise, if you're editing for yourself, don't delete your original stuff. I've got so many people who have messed up. I have one customer who has a ton, and I mean a ton of amazing pictures. But unfortunately, what they did was they tried using an online photo editing program, and they didn't realize that they were uploading the full res file, but all they were getting back is a thumbnail version. They did hundreds of their pictures. They came in, they asked me to print it. I told them I could only print maximum, maybe 4x6, and that would be pushing it. And the horror on their face was just unbelievable. They said, these were my original files. I don't have the other ones. Back up, people. And I said it in other videos. I know I have. And I know I sound like a broken record sometimes. But back up your original files. Back up everything. But especially the original files. Because you don't want people to be phoning you asking for an unretouched file, and then you have to tell them, oh, I'm sorry, I gave you all that I had. You don't want a client phoning and saying, I love this picture, but it's black and white. Do you have the color version? Or I love this picture. I want it in full color, but you have it in this mottled tone that I really don't like. You don't want to be the photographer that has to tell them no, because they won't come back to you. So another area that I get talked about a lot, and many of these videos come from that, is that clients come in, they talk to me about it, and then they want me to solve their problems, and I just can't do it. No lab can do it. So until next time, have a great day. Get out there and take some pictures. I'm going to try to get rid of those 2 flies that have been buzzing around through this whole video, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a great day. Bye-bye now.